series. And Peter, what a match we have on our hands today. Starts off and just starts down the leg side. It'll be 4 runs. Attacking the pads of Monang Patel. Big shout, and he's giving him
non-stop damage over the last 24 hours. Full and straight.
This one's going to beat the fielder inside the ring. One of the few half chances that outside edge away from the fielders. Side edge of Mukamala's not. That's skied straight up. Nepal is underneath it, and that man's never going to put it down. Dipender Singh Ari picked up in the gap. Work to be done, and does extraordinarily well. That's brilliant. Arm spin from Nepal. Mukamala goes to a spot of liking. Loves to play that shot over extra cover, and does. Nicely driven. Should just be a couple of runs. Actually run away to the boundary. Picked up. Picked up from Mukamala, and that's all the way. That's gone past the seats here, and has hit the MLC cricket ball out in the deep. How about this for Mukamala? Using the angle, the pace of the ball. With aerial and away from the fielder. The experiment to go with Arif Sheikh hasn't worked.
As Jones goes inside out towards Dakal, who takes the catch. Never quite looks settled.
Banshi follows him. He's unable to really get underneath it. The partnership.
It's not a good delivery though. It's a drag down, and really good use of the crease from Milan Kumar, who's known as a good player of spin.
As a great player of spin. Look how far back he gets in his crease.
As a good boot from Gulshan Jah is probably going to save 3 runs. As this is pulled towards the shorter side, 1 bounce, and going to be 4, just out of the grasp. Players of all time. And this time down the ground. Long on's going to have to do well, and it's a misfield. And of all people, it's Kushal Bertel, who's usually outstanding there. That's going to be 50 for Saiteja Mukamala. We're talking about selection. He couldn't find his way into the starting 11 in the Netherlands, but he's done it. Picked up into the leg side. That's going to be all the way. It's the shorter side of the ground. Now, USA yesterday. That's going to be 4. Cut away. May. Cut away. And that's going to be cut away for 4. Not the line you want. Edged and put down. Not easy, but a definite chance. He bowls him, and it's Kami again. Well, what a 48 hours he's having.
And Supple Kami used that against him. He's planted on the front foot.
This goes a long way up. He hasn't got enough of it. Anil Shah nestles underneath it. And that's the biggest cheer of the night, because Sampal Kami has another.
That you thought Dipender Singh Ari had the Player of the Series award locked up. Now you're seeing Harmeet Singh come to the crease in the final over.
One of them. Now that's more like it. And finally, something to the shorter side. It's Harmeet Singh showing that he does have that ability to.
But this is why I was saying ad nauseum last night, boundary on one side.
Final delivery of the first innings should get at least 2. Dipender Singh Ari is going after this like a rocket. He picks up one-handed. He throws flat. Oh, he's nearly created a chance as the relay goes on to
The bowlers.
something that
Throw wickets away.
down the leg side, flicked around the corner. Not a particularly good effort from Andreas House with the gloves. We'll wait for the signal. Well, that's much more like it, and that one's not coming back. It's gone many a mile. Maybe the shorter boundary, but that would have been 6 on the larger one.
Step out to that direction, and he's just not trying to turn his wrist too much. He's just helped it. Gotta love a meme, don't I?
Yeah, that's a great stroke. That's Anil Shah at his fluent best. It's gone a long way, but not all the way. 1 bounce and 4. Job again. That's nicely guided. That might be 4 more. Look at how good the surface is. Tries to make it 3 in a row. Now there's a man out there. He's picked him out. And it's put down. Oh, Jesse Singh. And now that's an authoritative stroke. In fact, one of the strokes of the evening. It's not going to be 6, but it will be 4 more. Into the attack. And this looks very close and is given. And Singh roars with delight.
It's angled in. It's hit him right in front of the middle stump. I reckon it's a good call. It's hit him on the back leg.
To add insult to injury, how often do you see this? The ball after. Well, what a stroke. He's certainly back in form, isn't he? Because that's out of the ground. And now a power sweep, bang bang from Bertel. Might not quite have the legs to get to. Swept away. There's a lot of real estate out there, and Jesse Singh has an awful lot of work to do. He almost gives it up.
And even more body language from Asif Sheikh with authority, pumping that one over mid-off for 4. Great placement. Impeccable placement by Asif Sheikh. Tear to his eye. And this will bring a tear to USA's eyes. And a happy tear for Nepal fans as that one clears the sight screen. Asif Sheikh is on fire.
That the Volker can't escape it. There's not much wrong with the delivery. It's probably just a touch too wide after it's cut off the wicket. And get hit very, very straight behind the 8 ball.
And you could see Asif Sheikh was thinking about going big. Instead, he's content to tap it for a single to bring up a half century off 38 balls. Starts the 11th, and he could have a wicket here. He hasn't had luck earlier in the night, had a chance dropped off his bowling in the 4th over, but this time the man who dropped that, and again sticking to the plan to keep it short, and yet the timing is exquisite. They didn't want to pitch it up, and yet Kushal Malla makes Drysdale pay anyway.
False shot.
Diving over the ball is Jahangir. USA's fielding just hasn't been good enough.
As Kushal Malla is going to take him on and hit it to his right. You sense that Kushal Malla, who battles so hard up in King City, helped round the corner. That'll be 4. Not but 2 Annapurnas. As Malla goes through the offside very elegantly for 4 more. He's worked into the leg side, gonna be 4, and it's another misfield. Not. And there it is, doesn't get it. And there it is, right on cue, and he does get enough of it. Kushal Malla loves left arm spin.
And based on what we've seen here in these T20Is, as they run a 13th to microcosm of this series.
And Malla will just punch it for a single. There's no need to do any more than that. And listen to the roar of the crowd. It's a historic, a famous, a landmark Himalayan clean sweep in Texas. It's the first time that Nepal have ever taken a whitewash in any T20i series.